When Bill Russell was in junior high, he was cut from his basketball team. He got better after that.
Bill Russell, to accomplish as much as he did during his time and be from here, you know, it was something that I always thought about.
It's so rare to be a part of something like that because, I mean, if you look at time, I mean, Bill Russell won 11 titles as a player, and one as a player coach, and he from the same place I'm from. That's how much it means to me.
He, to me, has not only been the most iconic and successful, winning team sports athlete in the history of this country. There has always been something much deeper and more profound there.
Bill Russell can reflect with pride on helping change the culture of a sport and the course of our nation.
I don't know if he realizes how much that, you know, how much he meant to all of us coming up.
It gives you hope. It gives you, you know, if he can do it, I can do it. Somebody's done it from right here where I stand, so I have an opportunity to do it, and I'm going to work myself to death to try to take advantage of that.
If you're from Oakland, you represent the city, you represented schools, and above all, you represent Oakland basketball. And that never left those guys, whether they were rookies in the NBA or whether they had played 15 years at the end of their career.
Despite his overwhelming talent, Hook Mitchell was ill-equipped to follow in those well-worn footsteps. His addiction proving simply too much to overcome.
I started messing with sniffing heroin and cocaine. I think that them drugs right there hurts you on a more physical level. You have to be wired up. I was using them in college. I mean, it didn't really affect me. I mean, I was posting up some big numbers, but it may have, psychologically, it messed me up because, I mean, it had me doing certain things that I wouldn't normally do.
The thing that's so attractive about the streets is that there's no accountability because nobody is around when that person is sitting up in a jail cell. He's no longer in the fast lane. He's no longer on Front Street. And when somebody does pass by him, it's one of the, well, you know, he used to have a lot of money. Man, that guy, you know.
This is where I used to come, hang out, get my drugs from, sniffing drugs. When I was sniffing drugs that heavily, this is like one of the places like where a lot of people was killed at.
They never say, that could be me. They say, oh, that dude, man, he blew it. He used to be a great athlete. He at one time, you know, he had a scholarship. Now he's over there doing the breaststroke in his own vomit with a needle stuck in his arm.
You ever seen a monster? It's like a monster living in a human body. Confused and dangerous.
In 2000, he caught a case robbing a Blockbuster, and it was ironic because, unbeknownst to him, 3 months later, they were doing a tribute to him at the All-Star game.
Tonight, from Oakland, California, it's the NBA All-Star game.
And his name was in the program, and no one knew where Hook was. Hook was in jail.
We cased the joint, and it was, you know, during the holiday season, I knew it was a lot of money in the place. A considerable amount I had, maybe about $10,000 when I left the place. This right here is the actual spot where they picked me up from, right here. So they picked me up from right here, came and got me. I end up going over there, jumped in the car, end up going and committing the crime, and then next thing you know, the whole police force was after me.
I had got a call like I think 4 or 5 in the morning. Somebody was like, you heard about Hook? You heard about Hook? And the first thing went to my mind was, I just started praying like, just don't tell me dead. If he ain't dead, I know Hook. He gonna get back up.
Hook Mitchell was charged with armed robbery and sentenced to 5 years in prison, ultimately serving 51 months at the California Men's Penal Colony in San Luis Obispo.
I did a lot of soul searching. Something that wouldn't allow me to go back to the lifestyle that will ultimately get me in prison, because prison is the worst thing that anybody could do.
When he got out, we started working on this nonprofit and started working with kids again.
Come on, look back. Go through. Pass it, go through.
And what he would say is, let me reintroduce myself. And I thought that was, a great segue into, his new life.
That's how I'm trying to tell y'all how, valuable time, how precious and valuable time in life is.
With precious time quickly ticking away, Mitchell's status as an Oakland street ball legend afforded him a rare opportunity. A final shot at the NBA with his hometown Golden State Warriors.
Chris Muller know me from, Antonio Davis used to always speak about me, and then the years that he was at the Warriors, he may have heard my name.
I heard a lot of stories, legendary stories, jumping over cars, things like that. He reminded me of a New York guy, playground legend, that just couldn't get it together.
Chris Muller asked me, did I want to try out? I was like, yeah, for sure. So he gave me a tryout to work out.
He came in and played well in the scrimmage, shot the ball well. Wasn't in the best of shape, but the day he worked out, he played well.
I thought, I said, well, hey, Demetrius is finally getting it. And, prison to do that to you. Everybody has so many people behind him. He's going around doing all these motivational speeches and everything. And so I was kind of taking a loop because I didn't even know he had went back to jail.
The last time I went to jail was over here committing a crime right there, and then they end up catching me way somewhere else.
In 2008, a second attempted robbery landed Mitchell back behind bars for a 30-month stint at a facility in Lewiston, California.
I believe that I became comfortable. And then start going back, back hanging around the people that I hung around. Hey, twin, too small.
I try to tell Hook, I say, dude, the thing about it, when you go around those people, you can't be around a lot of people doing the same things that you used to do. That's a hard demons to fall.
I haven't seen him since he went back, got out of the this last time. I told him that I was disappointed in him. He was doing so well.
A lot of people see Hook for just Hook, but I know Hook heart. Man, the man got a big, beautiful heart, and just to see him struggle and know who he really is, the addiction is just something he couldn't help. And I knew this, so I never looked at him different.
When I went to jail on this case here, I was like, it's enough, man. I'm done with the lifestyle. I wanted it to be different. It would be like me starting from scratch.
Fresh start is easier said than done in the hardscrabble streets of Oakland. An irrefutable fact reconfirmed to Leon Poe just 4 days before he was set to play in the 2002 CIF State Championship game.
You see, the Tuesday before the game, Leon's mother, Connie Landry, passed away.
It was a very sad day. I was in class, and I just seen B come to the classroom. So I didn't know what was going on. Then he just talked to my teacher. We left. I'm like, man, where we going? Pulled me out of class. What's up? He said, I'm gonna take you over to the hotel. It's like, the hotel? My mom's at? It's like, yeah, we gonna see her, but it's something I gotta tell you. And then he just told me she had passed away. Me and him, we just broke down crying.
He got put in a position where, you already feel that you have nothing. And then, to lose, your mother at a time like this.
It was just a point in my life where I just feel like everything caved in. I didn't feel there was no other reason for me to be here on this earth or with anybody or my family or nothing, because my mom's gone. Like, the world just ended.
That was tough. Ooh. Ooh, that's tough. Real tough.
I just wanted to do something. I wanted to go back on the street with the homies and just do anything. Don't go to school no more. And I was thinking about carrying guns and just don't care. Like, don't care about life no more. Because I know that was the quickest way to committing suicide or killing yourself. You know, you hang out with them, eventually you do something and somebody gonna shoot you or something gonna happen to you. Or you gonna go to jail. And that's what I really didn't care about. I was like, I don't care if I die, I don't care if I go to jail, I don't care about nothing.
I said, I'm not, you do what you feel is best. I said, but the only thing I'm gonna say to you, the only advice I'm gonna give you, you do whatever you think your mother wants you to do. I left it at that.
It took the team and friends, you know, to console him, because, I mean, you know, for one, he a big dude, so, you know, we had to show him some big love, and I mean, everybody was there for him.
They all prayed for me. They gave me little cards. Made me feel like I was at home. It was my family.
He stayed out of the gym for about 2 days. He came and said, because I want to play. I said, well, that's up to you.
I wasn't going to play, and I just thought about what she wanted me to do. Like, what she wanted me to play, or what she wanted me to sit at the house and let my teammates go out there and play. And that's what, you know, made me realize that I should be playing in the game.
He was like I expect him to be. Confused, hurting, lost. But, you know, there's nothing, I couldn't say anything about it because I understood. Basketball plus versus your mom, no comparison.
Poe played on, despite a heavy heart, only to have his basketball future flash before his eyes during an AAU showcase in Houston, less than a month after the state finals.
I just went up. I got fouled, hanging in the air, and I felt something pop. I told my coach something ain't right.
When he actually come out, I knew that he was hurt. So I wouldn't play him anymore for the rest of the tournament. And it was just because Leon asked to come out. So it must really hurt.
They took some MRI images and stuff and said I just had a torn ACL. I didn't know what that was. And they said you'll be out. You know, you might can come back for the start of next season, maybe. That was just a big blow to me. I was crying, mad, upset.
You hate for a kid like that who had the life that he had and the struggles that he had to see him see some success and then have it kind of knocked down.
Like I do all the time, I tell him, well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and try to just tackle this situation. Just try to go at it head first, and try to make sure it heals.
He was determined to get back, you know, redeem himself. And that whole season, that was his motivation. Leon knew it was just the beginning for him. He knew it, and so did I.
He had letters from Duke, North Carolina, man. Rick Pitino and Roy Williams used to take private jets out here to Tech just to come see us and eat with us.
Growing up, I wasn't even looking at college and looking at nothing. And to have all them talking to all these big-time college people was pretty cool.
Being able to get a scholarship was like the biggest thing for your family.
I chose Cal. Cal was close to home. All my support group, all the people that supported me came. My mom's died when everything happened in my life. They was there, and I said, you know what? If I was to go to Florida, go to North Carolina, my support group will be gone.
At the end of the day, it just made so much sense for Leon to let everybody in the Bay Area who had seen that success story get a chance to enjoy a couple more chapters of it before he went on to the NBA.
Leon Poe with a little showtime.
Even after a move up the road to Berkeley, life's challenges continued to find Leon Powe.
During the season, still doing good, practicing well, doing everything well, but it just wasn't feeling right. I just knew something wasn't right.
Leon Powe out the entire year this year after being freshman of the year last year on a leg and a half.
Powe underwent a second surgery on his injured left knee. Yet another setback in life filled with adversity.
And then the doc called me and he just said, this probably you gonna have to sit out the whole year. And that was a shock, that was a blow to me. I said, a whole year? What I'm supposed to do in a whole year? And I didn't know what to do.
Basketball was his girlfriend, his life, his dinner, his lunch, breakfast, his whole existence. That was it.
If I never would let him lose faith or lose his confidence.
I ain't no quitter. Nobody raised me as no quitter. My mom certainly didn't. She didn't quit. They had to take it. You know what I'm saying? She had to leave this earth before she quit.
That goes back to that Oakland background, that growing up in foster care, group homes, your mom went through this, you couldn't eat. Man, all that played a role in a knee injury.
I remember seeing Leon play at Cal. He had this huge knee brace.
Leon Powe!
And I just wondered, you know, I still wonder how good he could have been if those injuries didn't come his way.
I wanted to get back to the real elite level. It was gonna take hard work. And since I set out, you know, and you know, it's off the radar for a year, I wanted to just come out with a good showing. And unfortunately, you know, we did that. We put in a lot of good work and made a great showing that year.
Powe earned second-team NCAA All-American honors in 2006 and was voted Cal's team MVP. Following the season, he announced his decision to declare early for the NBA draft that June.
I thought I was going to get drafted a lot higher, but it was a lot of buzz out there talking about they was worried about, you know, my knee. So I told wherever I get drafted at, I'm just going there and show them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NBA draft.
We get a call from Boston. Boston had his rights from Denver. And I said, Lee, man, we going to one of the best franchises in the world. All the tradition and history over there. You see what that perseverance did and that all that struggling and crime. A lot of people don't know, man. We cried sometime. It was, man, this is a long journey.
When I got drafted, it was like a whole monkey lifted off my back. But as a competitor, I didn't stop there. I was just like, okay, they draft me at 49. I'm going here, and I'm gonna make them wish that they should have picked me earlier.
He was a fan favorite and somebody you know was gonna work his ass off. Every single night, and appreciated every game as if it was his last, because he knew it could be his last.
A role player doing his first 2 pro seasons in Boston, Powe enjoyed a coming out party in Game 2 of the 2008 NBA Finals.
You have an opportunity of a lifetime to win a championship here in this building.
Boston wouldn't have won that series without him and his contribution to that team.
I was just saying when I was at that scores table, this is it. We playing against the Lakers. We got Kobe on the other side. We got KG and everybody on this side. We all battling for one goal. And you work so hard to get to this moment, you don't know if you're ever gonna get there. Just went back to reflect on ABCD, reflect on my mom's, reflect on everything at the scores table and how much work I put in and what I wanted to get out of it was all right in front of me as soon as I was about to check in.
I would cry before every game, and then for him to put on a show like that in the finals.
Pierce, lead for Leon Powe, dives in, big time, right hand.
It was incredible.
Phil Jackson called him Leon Powe.
Leon Powe, or Poe, excuse me for mispronouncing his name.
And he certainly had a Powe-type game.
Leon driving all the way down the middle, 2-hand slam.
I was just happy to to get in the game and just happy to be a part of this whole experience because, you know, it's been a long journey for me.
That's a game that I'm sure he'll be talking about the rest of his life. He'll be talking about Boston and Boston forever.
This is something he bought me when he won it all. It's the championship, and it's, say, world champion, banner 17, 2008. And on this side, it got B Ward with the NBA championship trophy and the NBA logo.
He stuck by me, I stuck by him from day one to the end, and we still going strong.
While Poe's perseverance led him to the ultimate reward, Hook Mitchell couldn't escape the familiar demons lurking around every Oakland corner. Less than 6 months after his release from prison, he succumbed to a life of crime yet again and was arrested in September 2011, charged with forgery, burglary, and identity theft.
Oh, I know I let a lot of people down. I mean, I know in my heart, because I let myself down first. Ain't no way that I should be in prison right now.
Oftentimes, we don't listen to our kids. Oftentimes, we don't hear that this is a kid from a single-parent family who is running a gauntlet every time he leaves the house. We don't listen to kids who live in what is essentially a war zone and try to understand the pain and the contradictions and the dispositions and so forth that they have evolved and developed as survival mechanisms.
When I came to jail this time, I was like, man, I see why they got you in stripes. You got the extensive rap sheet, man. You almost got you almost like your mom and your dad. I just got to make some better decisions. I mean, point blank, simple, clear cut.
Just hope those guys, whatever path they take and different twists and turns that at some point, you know, that the game of life settles down for them.
I never give up. I can't give up. You know why? I was placed here for a purpose, and my purpose is to help other people. But I must help myself first.
He was an Oakland legend. Now he has the opportunity to still have an influence over the community. That's why people respect him. And I mean, he was just that talented. So that makes it easier for younger basketball players to look up to him because they know how talented he was, but they also know what he did wrong. So they can kind of learn from that.
There's tough communities all over the country. And I think Hook's one of those people that could go around and really change some people's lives in a positive way just by how he lived his life and the mistakes he made.
We really need to begin to rebuild these communities. That becomes the real challenge.
With every challenge seemingly met, Poe suffered another setback during the 2009 playoffs, tearing his ACL for the third time. He is now out of the NBA. But his resilience remains a living testament to the lessons of all who have guided him and the embodiment of the city of Oakland itself.
I finally found my purpose. I know what it is. I know what God put me here. And hopefully I installed in Leon that's what he want to do too. And hopefully whoever he help, that's what they gonna want to do too. And if we can all do that and get on that page, man, just think how great Oakland would be.
If you wanted to mold a kid out of Oakland to be like any other great athlete coming out of Oakland, you'd do well by emulating Leon Poe.
Who's the best dad in the world? Who?
Daddy.
He's the big brother, he's the daddy, you know, he's everything. Okay, and he loves his family. He really loves, he genuinely loves his family. They relied on him. They still do.
I know he gonna ask where his dad came from, and you know I'm gonna tell him because he needs to know that.
Leon is so important to me because he come from the situation where I come from. As I look at Leon, I look at myself. I mean, look at me. One bad decision, Leon could be in a situation where I'm at. So I take my hat off to Leon.
People say to me all the time, you know, how come you love Oakland so much, you know? But I guess it'd take for you to live here and to grow up and have experienced, you know, what I have.
When they hear Oakland, they hear toughness. they hear struggle, but they see good stuff out of that struggle.
I never leave Oakland. Oakland is me.
It's almost, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
There was somebody probably just like me out there right now. I don't care, and you in foster care. I don't care. Okay, you made a mistake, but now what you gonna do from this point on?
I try to use the word dream. You know, dream about becoming a lawyer or a doctor or a basketball player, but dream a lot.
When you go around and you look at the gyms, you see some determined kids that are just determined to prove that they don't care about their surroundings. The only thing they care about is being successful and getting out of this place.
You keep fighting, you keep moving forward, because Oakland ain't a city that feels sorry for you. It prepared me for so many things. It's like each step prepared me for something later on that happened to me in life. But at some point in time in your life, you gonna go through something. Everybody goes through something. And you gotta push through tough adversity moments. And if you do that, I think you prevail. But if you don't, the city could swallow you up.
I believe fighting is in my blood. Hopefully 5 or 10 years from now, you'll say, okay, that's why he never gave up. That's why he kept fighting. It was something bigger and broader picture that he couldn't understand or perceive. So he had to experience all the stuff that he had to experience to get to where he needed to get to.
Get it right, get it now, get it right now. Why wait, why debate, get it right now. Before they put me on timeout, the lights out. Get it right, get it now, get it right now. You need some motivation, you need to know your place. Fall back or get called out, know what I'm saying? You need some motivation, you need to know your place. Fall back or get called out, know what I'm saying?
Listen, I get it right now like I got it back then. They thought they was harder, I showed they got a glass chin. Always on my job and you later than 10:15. With my hoarder mask men, you know we sure to cash in. I'm your older classman and we some grown ass men. After you leaking, you be speaking, wish I'd known that then. Listen, I don't pay attention when you dare get cheeky. I'm in the town at my house turning a square chick freaky. Using additive, I'm a necessary ingredient. Girls be mad at them, but say you can't have them, I'm keeping them. Right before that she was saying, screw Adam, I'm leaving them. But she believe in him, my hard drive data retrieving them. They always back like paraplegics sleeping. These ain't raps, man, they more like collegiate speeches. I'm warning y'all, fight now or pipe down before I put you on timeout or lights cut.
Get it right, get it now.